Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7, now streaming on Roku. To our top story, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. George Floyd's family is now responding after Raiders owner Mark Davis took responsibility for a controversial tweet on the team's account. "I can breathe, 4/20/21. This, of course, referring to the guilty verdict in the George Floyd murder case in Minneapolis. Before we get to the family's response, Review Journal's Renee Summerhour tells us all about how this controversy started.
Yes, Jen, the tweet Mark Davis is defending now has over 30,000 comments and over 76,000 retweets, many calling it tone deaf and more research should have been done before it was posted. Davis telling the Review Journal, "That was my tweet. That's me. I was driving home from a meeting when the verdict came in. Soon after, I was listening to George Floyd's brother speak, and he said, quote, 'Today we are able to breathe again,' end quote. I took my lead from him." He also said, quote, "I think justice was served, and it's rare I make statements about anything, and if I thought it offended the Floyd family, I would feel very badly and apologize." To add fuel to the fire, many people on social media are citing the killing of Eric Gardner and how NYPD supporters wore, quote, "I can breathe" shirts following the fatal incident. Now, if you remember the late Al Davis, Mark's father, many have cited that he did, however, champion for diversity and racial unity like few owners in sports have done. Jen?
All right, and as we mentioned earlier, George Floyd's family has responded to the Raiders and the community as a whole with a very long and heartfelt message. Review Journal's Cassie Soto has that for us.
Thanks, Jen. Philonise Floyd, the brother of George Floyd, released a statement thanking the Raiders and Mark Davis for the support shown in the tweet. The statement reads, quote, "On behalf of our family, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Las Vegas Raiders organization and its leadership for their support of our family and for our nation's ongoing pursuit of justice and equality for all. Now, more than ever, we must come together as one and continue on in this fight." Floyd goes on to say, quote, "For the first time in almost a year, our family has taken a breath."
Now to your other top story. The truck driver accused of killing 5 bicyclists in Vegas has pleaded guilty to 2 counts of DUI, resulting in death, after originally facing multiple counts of DUI and reckless driving. He reportedly had 9 times the amount of meth in his system to be considered legally impaired when crashing into the bicyclists last December. His sentencing is set for June, and he could face up to 40 years behind bars. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Looks like the economy is slowly making a comeback from the pandemic, and financial situations for families are improving. CoreLogic's house tracking data shows less homeowners in Nevada behind in their mortgage payments, from 6.58% to 5.93%. That's still higher than the national average. Overall, though, Southern Nevada has been on a streak of rising sales and record house prices thanks to low mortgage rates. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, Love Your Smile Again, we're looking into Las Vegas's ozone pollution. The annual State of the Air report shows the air quality in Southern Nevada has improved, but still ranks among the most polluted in the country, coming in at number 12 for ozone pollution, 25 for 24-hour particle pollution, and 78 for annual particle pollution. On the flip side, the county disagrees with this report, calling the county's air good or moderate most of the time. Now let's get into your forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. After a windy day today, we're looking at a cooler night with temps dipping down to the low 60s. Finally, some of that wind dying down just a bit. Looking ahead to tomorrow, you can expect mostly sunny skies here in the valley with highs in the low 80s. Things begin warming up this weekend with that wind kicking back up. Sunday, we start to cool down before the start of next week. In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. The legendary burlesque star, Tempest Storm, passes away at the age of 93. Review Journal's John Katzlamides with her legacy.
Tempest Storm was an international burlesque superstar for more than 6 decades, and for the last 15 years or so lived in Las Vegas. The Burlesque Hall of Fame is also located in Las Vegas. In her later years, Storm was one of the industry's greatest stars and appeared at the Burlesque Hall of Fame events over the years. Near the end of her life, she told me that when people saw her on stage, they used the word radiance, and she will be missed.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. Golden Knights goaltender Robin Lehner criticized the NHL on Wednesday afternoon for its approach on vaccinations, COVID-19 restrictions, and the effect isolation has on players' mental health.
Some point we got to start looking at the mental health of people around us, not just the NHL, but everyone in society, and see how can we start getting back to normalcy, because the problem's going to be huge. But being lied to us about things changing to kind of force us to take the vaccine, unacceptable. And to now, when we have taken the vaccine, to have the excuse of saying, nah, it's not, we're not changing because of competitive advantage. It's outrageous.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The PGA Tour shifts to a team format for the Zurich Classic starting Thursday in Avondale, Louisiana. The team of Patrick Cantley and Xander Schauffele and the team of Ryan Palmer and John Rahm are the co-favorites at 8-1 at the Westgate. Read a full tournament preview on lvrj.com.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy, Clark County. If you're looking to tickle your funny bone, comedian Dave Chappelle is coming down to the Strip. He's set to perform in July at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets go on sale on Friday. After that, Harry Styles is scheduled to perform in September. Plus, the Review Journal's latest food and cocktail virtual series is coming up in a few weeks. Chicken with mole sauce. The ingredient boxes are on sale at La Bonita supermarkets. Chef Lachey telling us how easy it'll be.
You don't have to really go and shop and make it difficult. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to actually enjoy the art of cooking and not having to worry or stress about it.
That's it for our 7 at 7 p.m. show on this Wednesday night. I'm Jen Ah. Watch us on the RJ mobile app, Twitter, or YouTube. Also, make sure to watch 7 at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Take care.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.